And now please welcome to the podium Congressman David Price of North Carolina's 4th District.
Thank you, Administrator. Are we glad to see you? And are we glad to hear your news? Thank you so much for being here, for coming in person to deliver this wonderful news, which we've waited for a long time. We've anticipated, but now it's something we know we're going to move forward with, and that's terrific news. I want to introduce several distinguished members of our General Assembly who are with us. Maybe they can just raise their hand as it's called. I'll recognize them in a group. First, our state senators, Bob Atwater, Floyd McKissick, Richard Stevens, Fletcher Hartzell, and Neil Hunt, our state senators. And members of the North Carolina House of Representatives, Lorene Coates, Greer Martin, Jim Crawford, and Nelson Cole, the Vice Chair of the Transportation Committee. Well, it's been 20 years that we've anticipated this day. As some in the crowd probably remember, I see some heads nodding. Congress designated the Southeast High-Speed Rail Corridor just about 20 years ago. Like many honors in life, for this one didn't come with a whole lot of prize money. But over most of the last 2 decades, the federal investment in this or any other high-speed rail corridor, the investment has been there, but it's been very, very modest. In other words, we've had to be self-starters on this, and our state has been a self-starter. And that initiative, that forward vision, is being rewarded today. That modest level of federal investment has changed with President Obama, who made a major investment in high-speed rail, one of the top priorities of the Recovery Act a year ago. With his leadership, Congress adopted an $8 billion commitment to developing high-speed rail throughout the country, and suddenly all of the hard work that our state had done on its own could come to fruition. Our state effort had the support of many in this room, business and community leadership across the Triangle and across the state. It benefited when our governor, Jim Hunt, set a challenge. Let's achieve 2-hour train travel from Raleigh to Charlotte. He knew that would make the train a viable alternative to air and automobile travel, particularly for business travelers. Now, we aren't quite yet at that 2-hour mark yet, but we're getting there. The last time I was in this station was last month. I took the train to Charlotte for a meeting, and just like thousands of businessmen do every month. I got a little more than I bargained for because it happened to be the Santa train. Full train, you might say. Sold out since September, I was told. Wonderful way to travel. Already, we've made such great strides. But this funding is going to take us the rest of the way. We're going to double the train service between the 2 cities, and we're going to achieve average speeds of at least 90 miles an hour. That is competitive transportation. And in the process, as the administrator has stressed, and I know this goal is shared by the governor and by everyone present here today, we're going to put North Carolinians back to work. Let me take just a minute to put this investment in perspective. North Carolina is one of only 7 states receiving corridor development funding today. We're part of an elite group, and we're here because of visionary leadership and perseverance. And the level of funding, $500 million, is roughly equivalent to the entire amount of money our state gets each year from the Federal Highway Trust Fund. In other words, it's equivalent to that yearly amount. We still, of course, have a ways to go in completing the larger corridor, take it all the way to Washington, D.C. But I look forward to working with the President to make that happen as well. I believe, though, that we will look back on today, on the investment we're announcing today, as the turning point for the Southeast high-speed rail corridor. You might say, for the last 20 years, North Carolina's been the little engine that could, and today we know we can. So on we go.